For maximum picture quality, it may be necessary to adjust the tracking control on your VCR.
Meeting today was very public here at the majestic Notre Dame, as friends and in some cases old foes from across the country and around the world came to mourn the passing of a towering Canadian political figure. Unforgettable moments. Trudeau's eldest son Justin consumed by grief at the coffin. Cuba's Fidel Castro, Prince Andrew, along with countless other dignitaries, all connected through a giant television screen to the throngs of mourners outside. There were thousands of them crowded together in quiet contemplation. Justin Trudeau said it best.
We have gathered from coast to coast to coast, d'un océan à l'autre, united in our grief to say goodbye.
And what a goodbye it was, from beginning to end. The cortege from Montreal City Hall, the funeral mass, the final moments, all indelible images of a country in mourning. CTV's Jed Kahane has more.
Pierre Elliott Trudeau made one final trip through the streets of his hometown, and his admirers came out by the thousands to say goodbye. So did dignitaries from around the world, Cuba's Fidel Castro and former U.S. President Jimmy Carter, who praised Trudeau as a trusted advisor.
So he gave me a lot of good information about my duties as president in a very nice way. So we were longtime friends.
Old foes brought together by the passing of an old friend. They came to offer comfort to Trudeau's family. So did politicians from across Canada, past.
He was a very tough fighter for what he believed in.
And Trudeau's eldest son, Justin, summoned his courage and spoke of his father's devotion to his family and his country, a beacon for the nation, now gone.
It's all up to us, all of us now. The woods are lovely, dark and deep. He has kept his promises and earned his sleep. Je t'aime, Papa.
Words that broke the heart of millions across the country as a long and brilliant chapter in Canadian history draws to a close. Jed Kahane, CTV News, Montreal.
Justin Trudeau's eulogy to his father was the most moving moment of a very emotional day. It left people everywhere, inside the Basilica, out on the street, and in living rooms across the country, awash in tears. With more on the words that touched so many hearts, CTV's Rosemary Thompson.
To Canadians, he was Prime Minister. To his sons, Justin and Sasha, and his daughter, Sarah Coyne, he was Dad.
And what a dad. He loved us with a passion and a devotion that encompassed his life.
In an extraordinary eulogy, Justin Trudeau remembered being 6 and visiting a gray, windswept military base in the North Pole with his father.
It's boosted up to the window, rubbed my sleeve against the frosty glass to see inside, and as my eyes adjusted to the gloom, I saw a figure hunched over one of many work tables that seemed very cluttered. He was wearing a red suit with that furry white trim. And that's when I understood just how powerful and wonderful my father was.
In grade 3, he recalled having lunch with Papa in the parliamentary restaurant. and telling a joke about his father's political rival.
Justin, on n'attaque jamais l'individu.
Justin, he said, never attack an individual. You may disagree with them, but never insult them. Then he took me by the hand to meet the man and his pretty blonde daughter.
Mangeait avec sa fille, une jolie blonde un peu plus jeune que moi.
A story that left Conservative leader Joe Clark near tears. At times, it seemed his voice echoed his father's.
My father's fundamental belief in the sanctity of the individual never came from a textbook. It stemmed from his deep love for and faith in all Canadians. And over the past few days, with every card, every rose, every tear, every wave, and every pirouette, you returned his love. It means the world to Sash and me. Thank you.
As the Trudeau family left the church, each had a rose. Sarah Coyne played with rose petals, while Justin gave his away, sharing the man they all loved with the country. Rosemary Thompson, CTV News, Montreal.
And that little girl was only one of thousands of people outside the Basilica today. They stood shoulder to shoulder for hours on end, the words of the funeral mass on their lips and tears in their eyes. CTV's Genevieve Beauchemin has more.
As the sun rose over Old Montreal, hundreds had already lined up outside the Basilica, hoping to capture a moment of history.
Really, he had the kind of charisma and singularity that money can't buy.
They cheered his legacy, mourned his passing.
He was a man who had great ideas and also followed his ideas, worked on them, did something with them.
As the casket arrived, those crowded around the Basilica